Meeting will now come to order. You would all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please call the roll.
Councilmember Irby? Here. Councilmember Page?
Here.
Councilmember Wassinger? Here. Councilmember O'Meara?
Here.
Councilmember Dolan?
Here.
6th Council District seat is vacant. Councilman Harder?
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Move for the approval of journal meeting of March 10th, 2015.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we will move to communications.
Mr. Chair, there are no tax compromises this evening, so move to zoning matters. Under zoning matters, item number 1, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 2nd District.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Mr. Chair, moving on to road and bridge matters, item number 1, 2nd District.
Receive, file, contract in amount not to exceed $797,992.26 be awarded to LF Krupp Construction Incorporated, the lowest responsive bidder pending federal occurrence as recommended, and a copy of this report be sent to the interested party.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2, 4th District.
Receive file contract in amount not to exceed $180,400.
Second.
Oh,
Well,
I thought
not
somebody
yet.
said something.
Sorry.
$473,980.
That's okay.
Let me start over. Receive file contract in amount not to exceed $180,473.90 be awarded to Reneri Construction LLC, the lowest responsive bidder, as recommended. A copy of this report be sent to the interested parties.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Moving on to other communications, Mr. Chair, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 2.
Receive, file, and the county council will be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion through item number 3, and that will be the order.
Item number 4, 7th District.
Receive, file, and a partial replacement deposit agreement be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5, 6th District.
Receive, file, and refer to the Department of Highways and Traffic, to the Department of Planning, and to the county councilor, and that will be the order.
Item number 6.
Receive and file, the same motion for item number 7, and that will be the order.
Item number 8.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion for item number 9, and that will be the order.
Item number 10, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 11, 2nd District.
Receive, file, and refer to the county councilor, to the Department of Planning, to the Department of Revenue, and to the Board of Election Commissioners.
So ordered.
Item number 12, all districts.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 13, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the replacement deposit agreement be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 14.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion through item number 17.
Item number 18, 4th District.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 19, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 20, 4th District.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 21, 5th District.
Same motion. So ordered.
Item number 22, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. The same motion through item number 30, and that will be the order.
Item number 31, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Northwoods.
So ordered.
Item number 32, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor to be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 33.
Receive, file, the appointment of Mr. Emerson Sutton Jr. be approved as requested, and the appointment of Ms. Cheryl A. Kunzler be held on the, well, is that being held, or?
No, we're moving.
I think we're going to go ahead and approve that appointment as well. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 34.
Receive and file, and the appointment be approved as requested. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there an add-on or add-on?
One add-on, sir. Item number 1, 6th District.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Thank you. So ordered. Report of the county executive?
No report this evening.
No report. We will move to report of special committees. There are no reports this evening. We move to the public forum.
8 speakers this evening, Mr. Chair.
8 speakers, thank you. As your name is called, please move forward and address the council and keep your remarks. We request that you keep your remarks to 3 minutes. Thank you.
First speaker this evening is Tony Pasosa.
Good evening, County Executive and council members. My name is Tony Pizzosa. I live at 9700 Antigo Drive. And I am here to, first of all, thank Councilman Harder for his resolution regarding fiscal responsibility regarding county budgets. I've been asking for this legislation for several years. We just finished a campaign cycle where you heard the different rhetoric buzzwords: fiscal responsibility, transparency, and accountability. And words are just words unless they're backed by action. And this resolution, if moved forward, will provide that action. We must make sure that we don't repeat the mistakes that we've made in the past. This is a prime opportunity to show St. Louis County taxpayers that we are headed in the right direction. And I think in the current day that we live in, I think that's something we all need. I am asking that all county council members support this resolution and move it forward to its final approval. All county departments should be able to have their expenditures presented at all times to county taxpayers. So thank you for your time, and please consider this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Robin Norman.
If everyone, you please come up, could you please state your name and address for us? Just thank you.
Thank you. My name is Robin Norman. I live in St. Louis County, and I'm here as a liaison between the Leadership Coalition for Justice and the city, county council here. I have actually a list of demands to quell the current civil disobedience and protests that are active, resulting from the August 9th murder of Mike Brown. But I'm only going to ask that you hear me on this for St. Louis County. Number one, employees are to be mandated to live in the community in which they serve. Police and fire departments in St. Louis County should reflect the racial composition of the communities. Two, we'd like to have an implementation of a county-wide civilian review board with subpoena power. 3, special prosecutors should be assigned to all cases involving police shootings. 4, in an effort to end racial bias, there needs to be an overhaul of the judicial system. 5, all construction and contract services must reflect a minimum of 30% black contractors and 35% workforce. Lastly, we believe that the St. Louis County Prosecutor Bob McCullough must go. His unethical actions during the grand jury investigation against Jaron Wilson should be brought before the Office of Chief Disciplinary Counsel of the Missouri Supreme Court in support of the complaint filed by Dr. Christy Griffin. And basically, our responsibility is to work toward actualizing above reforms and removing from power mayors, prosecutors, and other elected officials who do not support our call for social, political, and economic justice. And I'd like to also add that we will be reaching out to individuals on this council board to find out if you are in support of our demands. And I thank you so much. Is there a way that I could
Yes, if you
possibly
give it
pass
to the
these
clerk,
out?
please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Jennifer Byrd.
My name is Jennifer Byrd. I live at 9244 Laurel Hill in Crestwood. Thank you for taking my comments. I appreciate your time. For the sake of being brief, I would like to very quickly thank Mr. Harder for proposing this resolution concerning what I would call fiscal transparency and responsibility by adding price tags to any legislation that would cost the county taxpayers more than $25,000. This is something that we've been pushing for a number of years. I know you heard Mr. Pasosa's comments about it, but I would appreciate it if you would pass this resolution. I would like to see it move ahead, and furthermore, I would like to see that we actually get to know what things are going to cost before they're decided on, because it seems to be a very good and responsible way to prioritize expenditures and budget our money. So I will appreciate approval and passage of that resolution. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Next speaker is John Wright.
Hi, council members. My name is John Wright. I currently work at the Show Me Institute, but I'm appearing on my own behalf. I grew up in University City. I currently live in the city. I'm talking about Councilmember Harder's transparency resolution. Transparency is a good thing. We need transparency in order to have democracy. We need to know what our government's doing in order to hold it accountable. So putting price tags on contracts, that's something we need to do. Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis famously said that publicity is justly commended as a remedy for social and industrial diseases. Sunlight is said to be the best of disinfectants. Electric light, the most efficient policeman. I thank you for proposing this resolution. Thanks for letting me talk.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Charles Wade.
You see what I'm saying?
Charles Wade. Okay. Next speaker is Abir Moten.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abir Moten. I was here 2 weeks ago when I made my last speech, sort of like poem, but it was really a real, true speech that I presented. And I came last week, but I think that you were on recess, they told me. And so on my way coming here, people try to get me in several car accidents just so I wouldn't get here. They opened doors when I was driving 40 miles an hour, the speed limit was, trying to get me to crash. I saw police cars trying to stop me. I've gotten tickets, parking tickets, when I didn't even deserve it. My friend was with me from the Clayton police or parking people. And then the day before that, I got from the city people. I've been targeted, bullied, and I agree with the lady who spoke about prosecuting attorney Bob McCullough. His people beat me up in the city. They watched me get beat up, a whole crowd of people, SCAT, part of SCAT, the safety street people. They watched me get beat up because he wants to see if he can put me in a situation to see how I'm going to react as a Palestinian Arab woman. He has no right to do that. Not him, not Steve O'Brien trying to cover their butt. They have no right to beat me up. Here's a witness. I was knocked out in front of the food stamp office. I was harassed, yelled at, and then beat up, knocked out outside the food stamp office as the food stamp people cut my food stamps off so that I can eat the shelter food. The shelter people only gave me to eat beans, 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 beans. Well, diarrhea happened after one day after the other, all day diarrhea, chemical reactions, whatever they put in there, because they didn't want me to fight back. They didn't want me to save myself. They want my head to go through the glass outside the shelter as I was waiting to get into a shelter. Now, I am a St. Louis County resident. I don't need to live in the city. Now, what happened was people throughout the corruption, especially Bob McCullough, did it on purpose to see how I'm going to react. They think that I'm ignorant, and I'm not. Now, I have gone through the shelter systems in the county, and they're really sad. One's called Room at the Inn. That is terrible. They want me to love the person in charge. The person in charge was gay. They wanted to turn me into a lesbian gay, and I'm not. The second one, Room at the Inn, they had rigged their switches so that I can get electrocuted. And all the food was bad, and they didn't help. All was intentional hardship, thwarting, misinformation, distortion. And then they always were rigging the cots so that Abby can fall on the floor so she wouldn't even have a good night's sleep, transferring from one church to another. None of them believe in God for real because they all discriminate. They have corruptors in the congregations. Even in the Muslim congregation, we have Adil Imdad. He's an Indian Pakistani guy who's involved with Timothy Fitch in corruption. He shouldn't be working with the police chaplain because he's involved with the SBA, with the Patels. The Patels are also involved in corruption with the SBA. So I just want to let you know that I have been set up for bait employments, bait housing. I have a house in Florissant that I want back. I've been, since 2007, I've been homeless. I'm intelligent. I need the system to work for me, not against me.
Appreciate your comments. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, everyone.
Next speaker is Adam Bowe.
Well, my name is Adam Bone. I live at 1445 Woodcrest Manor Lane in Baldwin. Constituent of Councilman Harder's. Come here tonight to ask the council to pass his resolution, which would put fiscal notes on legislation that would cost the county over $25,000 or more. It's just good, common sense fiscal responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you.
Final speaker is Tom Sullivan.
Mr. Chairman, I have several things to mention. On January 6th, the council approved 2 department directors and the county consular. The health department director was approved on January 27th. But what about the other departments? What is the situation with them? Don't directors for these departments need to be nominated and approved? Also, the county charter requires department directors to be, among other things, quote, familiar with the functions for which he is responsible. I'm not sure every director meets this requirement. If you recall at his confirmation hearing, County Councilor Peter Crane made a request for 2 more lawyers in his office. I questioned that as I couldn't understand how someone on the job so short time could make a determination. Now it comes out that these are 2 patronage positions. They were not even advertised. How can they be non-merit positions? Who made the decision on the 2 lawyers to be hired? Were they really needed? I've asked the Director of Personnel about this and have not gotten a response. I have received documents from Mr. Crane, and it looks as though County Executive Stinger made the decisions on the hires. It seems the council was misled on this matter. On February 3rd, the council was addressed by Rodney Krim of the St. Louis Economic Development Partnership. At the same time, there was also an announcement by the county executive that $500,000 was approved for demolishing buildings in Ferguson and Delwood. A request for proposals was sent out to demolish 9 buildings, but there has been no further updates. Mr. Stenger has only mentioned Ferguson once in nearly 3 months of council meetings. At the time of Rodney Krim's address, several Ferguson and Delwood business people were in the media complaining about not getting very much help. Governor Nixon and County Executive Stenger were specifically mentioned. The business people were just in the news again, complaining about a lack of business and a lack of help. Mr. Krim gave a fine statement to the council, but it wasn't very believable. I've asked for a copy of the statement and gotten no response from the partnership or Mr. Krim. A complaint was made against Mr. Krim with the Attorney General's office in Missouri, Attorney General of Missouri's office. We've also made a complaint against County Executive Stenger with the Attorney General's office. As a custodian of records for his office, he is responsible to reply to requests within 3 days. The request I made on February 12th was not responded to until March the 11th. In the past, I've made requests from the communications director in the county executive's office. but the current communications director usually will not respond to anything. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
It will conclude the public forum. We will move to introduction of bills.
Bill number 53, introduced by Councilmember Harder, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract for lease of a 0.86 acre parcel of land at Spirit of St. Louis Airport to Air Associates of Missouri, LLC. Bill number 54, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance amending Chapter 1105, Title 11, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended Department of Highways and Traffic by repealing and reenacting Sections 1105.085 pertaining to private communications lines. Bill number 55, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract and subsequent renewals with Selectron Technologies Incorporated for an interactive voice response solution for use with the Acela permitting system. Bill number 56, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance amending Chapter 107, Title 1, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended purchasing by repealing and reenacting Sections 107.020, 107.130, and 107.140 pertaining to various components of the procurement procedure. Bill number 57, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance amending ordinance number 23,525 by repealing and reenacting Section 3 pertaining to PC 50-07 JDS Development Incorporated. Bill number 58, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance amending ordinance number 25,671 by repealing and reenacting Section 2 pertaining to PC 25-13 McBride Vera LLC. Bill number 59, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $25 million aggregate principal amount of taxable special obligation bonds, North Park Senior B TIF Project, Series 2015A, and special obligation bonds, North Park Senior B TIF Project, Series 2015B, to provide funds to refund the original Senior B notes, refund a portion of the original Series B obligations, C, pay certain redevelopment project costs, and D, fund a reserve fund for the bonds, and E, pay costs relating to the issuance of the bonds. And E, pay costs relating to the issuance, and E, pay costs relating to the issuance of the bonds, approving and authorizing the execution of certain documents relating thereto, including but not limited to an indenture authorizing the issuance of such bonds, and authorizing the execution of other documents as necessary or desirable to carry out and comply with the intent of this ordinance. Bill number 60, introduced by Councilmember Erby, an ordinance authorizing an amendment to the trust indenture dated as of August 1st, 2006, pursuant to which the county authorized the issuance up to $42,750,000 aggregate principal amount of tax increment revenue notes, Lambert Airport Eastern Perimeter Redevelopment Project, RPA 1, Series B1 and B2, authorizing the county executive and county officials to execute necessary documents to carry out and comply with the intent of this ordinance. Bill number 61, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept donations for use by the Department of Parks and Recreation for acquisition of fireworks, advertisement, and promotion of the 2015 JB Blast event, appropriating the donations for support of said events. Mr. Chair, that is all the bills.
Thank you. Perfection of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please. Bill number 8 is held.
Bill number 27, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
Please hold Bill number 27. It's so ordered.
Bill number 48, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 48. Second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 48 is perfected.
Bill number 49, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 49.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 49 is perfected.
Bill number 50, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 50.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 50 is perfected.
Bill number 51, introduced by Councilmember Page.
I move to perfect Bill number 51.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 51 is perfected.
Bill number 52, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 52.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 52 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 263, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Is that bill passed still?
We're still waiting to hear.
Waiting. Please hold.
Bill number,
I'm sorry.
Bill number 263 is held.
Bill number 42, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 42. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 42, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 42 is finally passed.
Bill number 43, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 43. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 43, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 43 is finally passed.
Bill number 44, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 44.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 44, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 44 is finally passed.
Bill number 45, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 45.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 45, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 45 is finally passed.
Bill number 46, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 46.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 46, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 46 is finally passed.
Bill number 47, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of bill number 47.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 47, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 47 is finally passed.
Moving on to resolutions. Mr. Chair, we have 3 this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please read.
Resolution, whereas on August 9th, 2014, Michael Brown was fatally shot by a member of the Ferguson Police Department, sparking civil unrest, protests, riotous actions, and allegations of unlawful enforcement practices. And whereas the Civil Rights Division of the United States Department of Justice, DOJ, opened an investigation of the Ferguson Police Department on September 4th, 2014, as a result of such actions and allegations. And whereas DOJ released its finding in a report dated March 4th, 2015, and whereas in its report, DOJ found that Ferguson law enforcement efforts are focused on generating revenue, and whereas DOJ further found that Ferguson law enforcement practices violate the law and undermine community trust, especially among African Americans, and whereas DOJ proposed changes necessary to remedy Ferguson's unlawful law enforcement practices and repair community trust.
Jen, I move to hold resolution number 1 to give my colleagues an opportunity for input. Chief Belmore and I have come to an agreement about the resolution. I allowed him to give me some suggestions. We worked it out. I thought I had a good resolution here, but it was brought to my attention that the council people would like to provide some input, so I'll hold it for this week.
So ordered.
Resolution number 2, introduced by Councilmember Harder.
Please read the resolution.
Resolution, whereas fiscal transparency in St. Louis County government makes information more accessible to the citizens of St. Louis County, and whereas when reviewing requests for legislation, the County Council relies upon information submitted by county departments, and whereas information regarding the procurement process and budgeted funds is critical to the County Council's review of such requests for legislation, now therefore be it resolved by the County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, for requests for legislation for expenditure of funds in excess of $25,000 for the procurement of goods and/or services, county department shall provide the following information to the County Council and the public as applicable to the specific request. 1, the procurement method used to select the vendor. 2, the total amount requested for the contract or contracts. 3, the total amount budgeted by the department for the contractor contracts. 4, the source of funds to be used for the contractor contracts, including any grant funding to be received by the county. 5, the additional cost to county beyond any grant funding. 6, if the request is for additional funding for current programs, projects, or services, specify all previous amounts received and describe any expansion of programs, project, or services to be undertaken if additional contracts are executed. 7, the services to be provided under the proposed contractor contracts and a general explanation of the expenditures. 8, anticipated allowances, variations, or change orders.
Thank you. I move to adopt Resolution 2.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on resolution number 2, there are 6 ayes.
Resolution number 2 is adopted.
Resolution number 3, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for adoption of resolution number 3.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember
Aye.
Page?
Aye. First.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on resolution number 3, there are 6 ayes.
Resolution number 3 is adopted.
Moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Chair. Item number 1,
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare appropriate legislation. That will be the order.
item number 2, First District.
Receive, file, and the license be approved as requested.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And moving on to new business, Mr. Chair, we have 2 prepared orders this
Move for
evening.
adoption orders 1 and 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Orders 1 and 2 are adopted.
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.